for all of your pallet needs. Get in touch now on 01709 585 646 to discuss your pallet requirements. And thank you again to Sonny and the team for their continued support of Ramble FC. What's happening, Blades? I'll start again because somebody's just kindly told me that my mic wasn't working. I know I'll get them all in comments now telling me about it. So professional, so professional. Can you tell that I've been scrambling around, running from one to other? I've only just sent James the link for the show. What I was saying was, apologies for the errors previous on the stream because there was a StreamYard error at our end, not on Carl's end. So if you were looking for Yorkshire's Finest, you'll find it on Carl's channel. I will try and get it uploaded onto Ramble FC as well. I am saying what's happening Blades tonight rather than just what's happening people because this is a Sheffield United versus Sheffield Wednesday Steel City showdown. It is the return. We meant to do one last international break. Schedules did not align. It's fair to say because there's been a little bit going on at their club as well. I know we've been focusing as Sheffield United fans on the turmoil that has been happening at Bramall Lane this season, but I think it's fair to say the other side of the city have also had some problems. I don't know if we're aware of that, but we're going to get the lowdown on it now. And we're also going to build up to the big game itself. So welcoming in, it's James from the Wednesday Till I Die pod. How's it going, pal?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you very much. Sounds like you've had a day quite like Sheffield United season so far. It's been going all wrong, hasn't it?
Oh, mate, honestly, I'm not cut out for this life. I'm too old. I know that for a fact anyway, but honestly, if things didn't go wrong, then, you know, it wouldn't be a ramble. So, so we were supposed to stream directly before this with Cal Fowler, like we always do, every Monday, 6 while 7, and it didn't. Our stream failed, and then I've just gone on live to explain it all to everybody, which you heard, because you can hear me all right, can't you?
I heard it fine, yeah.
You heard it fine?
Sounding and clear, yeah, it was all good.
Thank you, mate, but nobody else heard it. So thank you to Jamie Dumpling who rang me. I always know when I get a phone call, whoever it might be, as soon as I've gone live, that I need to check my microphone because my mic's not working clearly. So, right, thank you to everybody that's jumped on and told me that. James, how are you doing, my friend?
Yeah, I'm absolutely fine, mate. You know, things are looking up. I think last time I came on, it were all.
Well, you are looking up, aren't you? You can only look up, I think.
Well, yeah, there is that. Look, this season's over and done with. Let's be honest. Let's just get that bombed off straight away.
Yeah,
you know,
let's do that.
I can't see anyone, overturning a -12 deficit. Certainly not with our squad. But no, look, things are looking up. We're feeling quite positive. It's some shift. We're not even 4 weeks in from administration being announced, and yeah, like 4 weeks ago, I was thinking, where the hell are we going to finish up? Like, how far are we going to drop down? Look, that could still happen, but things are certainly a lot more positive, which is all good.
How are things at Hillsborough at the moment? We certainly get the impression that it's just a huge sigh of relief, really, for the fan base to have rid of Chansiri. And although it's unknown, you'd rather have it that way than still be under his stewardship. Is that probably fair to say?
Yeah, and we're run better now. The administrators have come in than we were under the previous owner. I can't say his name, so you said it there, and it made me wince.
Sorry,
to be fair, we have a thing on our pod, and if you say his name, you've got to donate £10 to charity. So,
all right, okay.
Matt unfortunately,
first team.
Hey, they're doing well. Bless them. They're doing well. He said it yesterday, so he had to donate a tenner this morning, which he did, which is all good.
Good lad.
But Yeah, like it's mad how we've actually paid clubs that were owed money. So you go into administration because you can't pay people. So then the administrators come in, but then we've actually paid people whilst under administrate. Like it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It just shows how, the boycotts were working, starving him of all the money that he was getting, and we forced him out, which is fantastic. The only problem is he's actually owed some money when this process is all over, because I wish he'd got absolutely nothing from it all. So I think he's owed 60 million, but he'd get a quarter of that. So yeah, I'd rather him not get anything. But no, like I said, the club's been run so much better whilst he's not been there. I've bought the shirt. I didn't buy the shirt.
I know, yeah.
My lads, it's terrible, but I've still bought it.
You buy it, don't you? Yeah,
I've bought my lad the shirt. It was his birthday yesterday, so he's walking around in the home kit, the away kit. Everyone else is just spending money inside the ground, turning up to games and things. And yeah, it's I just wish the football was better, but look, I think you have to look at the bigger picture sometimes, Jimmy, don't you? Really?
Yeah, I agree with that, mate. I agree. So for certainly for the red half, but for those that aren't as up to speed with things at Hillsborough, just can you give us a simplistic layman's view of what is the current state of play? So you've gone into administration now. You've taken the -12. That officially means Chansiri is no longer the owner of the football club. What does it mean from this point on for Sheffield Wednesday?
Yeah, so there's obviously we're looking for a buyer now. There are 11 interested parties looking at Sheffield Wednesday. That's been confirmed by the administrators. They've had to put up £50 million of proof of funding, which all 11 have done. I think there was kind of a week into the process, there was about 60 or 70 inquiries that they had. They even had a fake shake as well that had actually come forward.
Right.
That didn't have any money, but put a bid in of nothing, which I don't know if that were a United fan or not, but fair play if it was. But 11 interested parties have actually said that they've got enough money. Well, certainly got this 50 million. And when you're in administration, there's what's called a data room. So if you sign an NDA, you get through to this first data room where they'll give you some more information on the football club.
Yeah.
If you shoot the proof of funding, you'll get access to another data room, which I'm guessing has more stuff, maybe more finance. Yeah, exactly. So there's 11 interested parties that are at that stage. They've been given a date of the 5th of December for offers to come in. Now, I've seen a lot of people talking about, the administrators are going to pick the best offer. And whilst that is true, the best offer is literally the person that pays the most. Because as an administrator, you've come in, you're trying to get the best deal for the creditors that are owed the money. So the more money you can get, that's what you're going to do. So if I don't know, Elon Musk is one of them, and you've got Fred down the road. If they both pass the fit and proper test,
and Fred offers a quid more,
puts an extra quid in, then he's going to get it.
Come on, Fred. Come on, Fred.
but I've seen a lot of people. I mean, I'm sure it's a little more complex than that, but that ultimately that is the administrators aren't going to
the highest bidder. Essentially,
simply that. And also as well, I mean, we have got Chris Wickfield, who's one of the administrators. He is a Wednesday fan, which helps, I think. In certainly all the stuff that's been happening recently. So yeah, we're at that stage now where we're just waiting for the preferred bidder to be announced. I mean, that might be public, it might not. Given how things have been going recently, I probably think it's going to be made public because everyone shouts and sings about it and stuff. But yeah, that's where we're at now. We're looking for a buyer. The process at Derby took about 12 months. I think they were saying that it's probably going to be, by Christmas time, we'll should be in the throngs of kind of just crossing the T's and dotting the I's, really. So yeah, it's going to be a fairly quick process. It has to take 28 days in order like the EFL said, it's got to be up for sale effectively for 28 days. You can't do it any quicker than that. The other thing as well, when I mentioned about how much our previous owner is owed, I think the creditors, the 25 pence in the pound, which is what the minimum that they have to, that the new owners will have to pay in order to pay them people off. It's about 30 million. So the new owners have to pay at least 30 million pounds to buy Sheffield Wednesday. If we don't, then we get the 15-point deduction, which you might recall Leeds having that, and that would be next season. So we'd have to start League One on -15, which Leeds that season I think got into the playoffs, I want to say, but so it can be done. But yeah, we don't want to do that. So they've got to pay at least 30 million to stop that from happening, which with 11 people interested, I'd like to think we'd be able to get it over that figure.
Yeah. So that's interesting. Okay, so into more immediate circumstances then. You have been allowed to sign a couple of players. Who is it that you're looking to get in?
Liam Cooper is one of them, obviously from Leeds. He was at CSKA Sofia, I think I want to say, in Bulgaria most recently.
Hugely competitive, yeah.
Yeah, what a league that is. And then there's been another few names that have been thrown out around there. Jack Hunt, he's one that's been training with Sheffield Wednesday. There's Fosu Mensah, I think. Timothy Fosu Mensah, who
a winger. Is he he's a midfielder, really, but he can play our top wing as well, I think.
Yeah, central defensive midfielder. Duncan Watmore is another one that's been apparently he's training with us, and Nathan Redmond as well is another name.
We turned him down. Yeah, we turned him down.
The problem is we're shopping in a market. We're middle of November now. The pond that we're shopping in is it's not going to be full of high quality top players. When most of them, as you've seen yourself with the player that you've also signed, not played a great deal of football. Nope. And there's a reason why we're in the middle of November and they've not got a club. So I'm not, I'm not hugely optimistic as to kind of who we're going to bring in. We're not going to bring in two players then suddenly light up the league. I think it's purely down to a fact of we haven't got any players. Like we literally haven't got any players. We rotate the two strikers. That's all we do. Everyone else just plays every single week, and we're going to get injuries. So we just need some bodies. We've also got AFCON coming up as well. Jan Valery will be going with Tunisia. I think Sean Fazer will be going with Zimbabwe as well. So we're going to lose two people. we haven't got anyone to lose. Yeah. So I think that's probably why the EFL has allowed us to do that, I think.
Is it short-term deals then, or is it a case you can sign them till end of season, or maybe
the specifics aren't really clear? But I'm not too sure. I mean, I probably would have thought it might be on a short-term deal because we haven't got the funding really. I guess because if administration rumbles on, then there's nothing to say that we've got enough money. So I probably would say we've got until the end of Jan, which at that point they'd like to think that new owners will come in and then maybe things will change. I mean, I love the meltdown from your side of the city. The fact that we signed two really shit players as well. Like I'm not let's be honest.
Yeah, let's be right. I agree. Yeah.
And everyone's kicking off. Oh,
who's kicking off? What? Because you're cheating? Nobody's bothered. It's like kicking a puppy, isn't it? You don't want to do it. You are down. You're dead and buried. You will be relegated this season. And look, if you want to cheat to get out of this. Just soften the blow.
There's no cheating going on. We're just asking the question, and if the EFL want a massive club to have some more players, then obviously they'll let us do that.
Unbelievable. Well, fair enough. I think it's called circumventing, but we'll see. We'll see. So, mate, look, it's all joking aside. I am not looking forward to Sunday at all, and I think it's probably look, nobody enjoys the games. Only the very sick people in both fan bases enjoy these games, I believe. But at the moment for us, I feel like as a United fan, this is all Wednesday have got to play for this season, this game. This is and I don't mean that that's not like a dig or a wind up or anything like that. I think you've said already this season's a write-off before I even prompted you to say that, and you believe that you will get relegated this season. So the only chance of any glory this season is to get one over on us and maybe two over on us. And it's a perfect opportunity to play us because we are playing really poorly at the moment. Now, I still think we're a much better side than you, but the derby is you throw everything at it, not just form. Thank God, because form's not with us at the minute either. But in terms of skill levels and stuff, it's who wants it more and who's up for the game more. And it's at Hillsborough. The fan base has just turned from being very anti. Club, certainly anti-ownership, and to now sort of being galvanised a little bit by the changes that are happening at Hillsborough. How are you feeling going into Sunday?
I mean, just to point out as well, when I say we're going to get relegated, I think if you look, we're on -4 after 15 games this season. If you say you need 50 points, that we need 54 points from now until the end of the season. That's pretty much like top 2 form that we need from now until then. So it's not me just being defeatist. I think
it's realistic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, I mean, I know everyone else, everyone at the club and Henrik, the manager's probably going to say, until it's mathematically impossible, he's going to be saying, yeah, we're going to try and do his best and do whatever we can do. But we're asking a team that's won one game all season to suddenly find some form that is just totally unrealistic, really.
Because of the way he's run your club, you've not got a championship squad either, have you?
Yeah, exactly. Like
you did have, and you haven't anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I think the first 11's okay. But we've got no depth whatsoever. So, and I just want to stress it's not me being kind of
no. I think that's fair to do.
Throwing the club under, but it's just me being realistic, really. But yeah, I think you're right. To be fair, like I could come on here and say, oh, it's just another game, but it is a massive game for us and stuff. We've only won one game all season, and I think it's a huge game for both sides, really, if I'm being perfectly honest. But purely from a Wednesday perspective, yeah, I think we've got nothing to lose. Like literally, have nothing to lose because if you win, well, you're expected to win. You're the far better side on paper than what we are.
Not just on paper, but yeah, carry on.
Well, I mean, if you want to look at the league table, you're 2 points better off than us.
There's a minus in there somewhere that I think is.
Hey, last season you couldn't stop telling people about how many points you'd actually picked up without your -2 on it. That was always a bit of a caveat. Oh, is it 2 more though? Because at -2. So I'm not letting you have any of that whatsoever.
We're still above you then, even if you take your minus off. That's fair.
You're not like top 6 form.
I can't even keep up the charade. We have been shocking, mate. We have been shocking. So yeah,
you've lost more games than us. You've got more L's in your little column than what we have this season, and we are absolutely terrible.
We've also got more W's in the column than you.
I've got more W's, but I mean, we can start going through stats if you want to.
No.
Goals,
we're not here to do that. We're all friends, aren't we? So
goals scored. I mean, we can't even score any goals, but.
Well, we'll hopefully rectify that on Sunday, but I can't say I'm confident about it.
You asked me if I'm confident though, and if you give me a 10 and 9, you said you've got to put it on either Wednesday or United. I'll be brutally honest. I'm not going to put it on Wednesday.
Really?
I think you should. Well, in terms of how confident I am, I think I'm being just totally honest here. Then United should beat us, but again, it's just that you shouldn't really be down there. Really, let's be honest. No. I mean, it's been the only crumb of comfort that it took us so long to get to the bottom of the league. Like I was gobsmacked as how long it took us to actually get to the foot of the table, and it was down to your help that did that. So yeah, I mean, there is a bit. The football fan in you you do think about actually like what if we actually beat United like in this game going into this season, that would have never even entered our thoughts. Like everyone was thinking we are going to get embarrassed by them. But the fact that you're kind of almost making it a bit of a, it's not a level playing field, but it's as level as it's going to be in the current situation. And I think there's no pressure on us really. All the pressure's on you because, like I said, it's kind of win-win for us really. I think the only time it's not a win is if we get embarrassed. If it's a 3 or 4-0 and you've just absolutely wiped the floor with us, I think then that is a little bit of a sickener. But if you only beat us 1-0, for example, I think you're going to walk away probably just relieved. I don't think there'll be much dancing on tables and sausage rolls and things like that. But you'll probably be more relieved rather than kind of celebrating.
Absolutely, we will be, mate. Absolutely, we will. I mean, we were talking about this on Three Mighty Blades last night, and I am nervous about the game. Man Mountain saying you've got to enjoy these occasions and we should be beating them, all this sort of thing. But
how optimistic is he, by the way?
I know,
Christ almighty! What's it? I mean, is he watching the same team as you're watching?
Look, I like to think I'm quite a positive blade, but I look miserable compared to him, honestly, because he always, and fair play to him, because I love that he's always up, but always sees the positive.
He's been optimistic in these like blind optimism.
I know.
As well. I know. Yeah. Anyway,
I know. But so he was saying that, obviously, as you've seen. But my only sort of crumb of comfort from this is, I think, well, it depends how you come at us, because with it being at Hillsborough, I immediately think, well, crowd's going to be well up for this, and they could roar them to like getting on top and all this sort of thing. But the other side of it is how you play as a side, because if you feel the pressure to come on to us, I think that's dangerous for you. I think there's some real gaps to be exposed there for us, and I think we'll take full advantage if you try and come at us. So if you play as a home team naturally would, I think the game opens up for us then, to be honest.
If I were Henrik, I'd be first 10 minutes are vital. Like I think you can't sit back in the first 10 minutes.
No, you can't. You'll go for it, won't you? Both teams will be.
We've got to get that first goal, because if we get a goal in first 10 minutes, the roof will come off. Off Hillsborough, and it'll just silence all you lot, and you'll be
better than coming down, isn't it? Like it has before. So
nearly, yeah. But we've got to silence your lot, because you'll be trying to make as much noise as you possibly can. So in the first 10 minutes, if we can do that and we can get a goal, then I think that's vital. I think after 10 minutes, I think you are right. If we do kind of feel like we have to come onto you a little bit, then I think it never works for us really. And we've unfortunately tried to do that too much at home. And Henrik's actually spoken about we play better away from home, and that is because we just give up possession and let the other side have a go. And there's not many teams this season really in this league that actually play good football, to be honest. I think this has been this is probably a wider topic, but I think football is changing somewhat. I think we're moving away from the Pep Guardiola pass out from the back, and teams are realizing there's another way of playing football. Absolutely, to be honest. And I said we haven't seen many decent sides at all. But yeah, I think we just need to. We can't sit off in the first 10 because that'll just kill the crowd anyway. But I think after that, we can probably let you have it and see what you can do. And I know you've got some some key players that are probably missing. Those game changers in there, which. Again, and just try and be resolute. I mean, the problem we've got is we've got a goalkeeper that's poor, to say the least, and a back, a back three, back five, however you want to put it, that's just kind of made up of. We've got like one centre, but I don't think we've actually got any centre backs, to be fair, at the moment. So it'd be interesting if Cooper comes in and goes straight into the side. I mean, it's a bit of a baptism of fire, but perhaps need a bit of experience back there. So. Yeah, that is our only, trying to be resolute, but with a makeshift defence that we've got. But I do agree, if we can just soak up the pressure, I think we just need to frustrate you, and I think we just need to break the game down into kind of 10-minute chunks, because the longer the game goes on, whilst ever it's 0-0 or even 1-0, to be fair, even if we concede a goal, if we can keep it at that point, which we've done more, most of the games this season. We're still in it, and there's still a chance, and I think you're going to give us loads of chances, because you're quite leaky at the back. You've got Agent McGuinness that's doing his best to keep you down there if he plays. I know he got dropped for the last one, so you've not got a rock solid defense like you have before. You're giving up chances at set pieces. You're even playing people through on goal as well, which is wonderful.
You'll leave City Peck out of this. Right. So
can I just say as well, that was an epic moment. The fact that the music was on and then they just turn the music off, and then he finished it as well. I mean, that just chef's kiss.
I took my daughters to that game and I had them both up singing.
Did they carry on singing?
No, they didn't. No, because the dad had stopped singing. So anyway, oh God, that's just our season, right? I'm going to ask you a really difficult question now. Can you take your blue and white glasses off and talk to me about how you genuinely feel Sheffield United will go this season? Because it's been a terrible start for us. But do you feel like, as an outside looking in, and I know it's difficult because you obviously are a Wednesday fan, but do you think we've enough to not only get out of it but kick on this season, or do you think we're in trouble?
No, I don't think you're in trouble, to be honest. We're only 15 games in, and yeah, it pains me to say, but I think I don't. Well, we're going down anyway. You've just got to be better than two other sides this season. There's Norwich down there as well, which I didn't really expect at the start. No. But I think, this season is terrible as well. Like, literally, everyone's beating everyone. It's really poor league. I thought last season we were going to be poor, but this one's even worse. I think, look, you can kiss goodbye to top six and anything like that. And you said about kicking on it and things. I think personally, mid-table would be I won't say it'd be a decent result, because I think after what happened at the back end of last season, I think everyone probably thought go one step further and get back to the promised land. But I think you've got enough. I mean, when you look at the squad on paper, the players that you've got and the quality that you have, I think you're good enough to get out there. It's just like form and confidence is a massive thing, and
it is.
you've not got strikers that are scoring. You've had to dip into free agent market for someone that calls your manager an expletive, and even trying to bring him in. Which is, I think.
What are your thoughts on Bamford signing?
Well, I've gotten these players again. The bang out of form. I think the fact that he signed on which is basically like a long holiday, is, I mean, it's no risk for you, but you're going to have to give him 2, 3, 4 games just to kind of get up to speed, really. And then, I mean, he could set foot at, at Hillsborough and, bang 2 goals in, which is what probably every United fan's dreaming of him doing that. But
Bobby Davison, yeah, he could, yeah.
You've got to be realistic as well. Like, even some strikers that are worth, 100 million, like Isak done exactly just bang goals in for fun, and he's worth that much money. So signing someone on a free who's not had a pre-season, not had any sort of match sharpness at all, I think it is a bit of a risk. But again, I think it's a marker for kind of how desperate you are to find that elusive number 9 out of the 7 strikers that you've got.
That were my initial thoughts, but then again, another perspective on it was from my mountain was, if your boys had signed him, we'd be like, oh my god, we should have signed him. Why is there no sort of fear that Bamford's going to come on and have an instant impact from your side?
Yeah, just like Ryan Brewster did last season.
Tyrese Campbell as well. Yeah.
Well, no, but obviously we give Bruce a lot of stick. Do you know what I mean? So then he comes on and then scores that goal that he scored. Nearly got killed by that firework, but less said about the better, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that is a fear. But I'm just like the players that we're bringing in. It would not surprise me if the first 90 minutes that they try and play, they get injured and we don't see him for 6 weeks or so. So I think, yeah, it is a fear. Of course, it's a fear that McGuinness will jump up leap like a salmon and edit in front of the cop or whatever, and
kiss the badge.
Yeah, whatever else he's going to do. But I think that's just natural in it, being a football fan. It's always, obviously I know Bamford didn't play for us, but like when a player comes back to Hillsborough or to Lane in your case, you nailed on. You might as well just put a fiver on him scoring, even if it's a keeper. Do you know what I mean? There's every chance of it happening. And
Max Lowe will have a worldie against us, undoubtedly.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, he's been playing all right, to be fair. I know you all slated him when he came, and I think quite a lot of Wednesday fans had written him off already before he even came. But I think he had a solid season last season. He's playing at centre back, left centre half. Yeah. Look, he's not a 10 out of 10. He's not like the best player that we've ever had. We're not going to build a statue outside Hillsborough of him. But
he's a decent championship player, though, isn't he? I think
he's a solid 7 out of 10, like every week, and he doesn't have many 6s or 5s, if you know what I mean. He's consistent.
Yeah.
And he likes to get forward a little bit. But him and Harry Mass, who we've got from Man United, work quite well down that left-hand side, to be fair. Yeah, you have to kind of temper everything. You have to kind of, we are where we are in the league. You can't get too, we don't get too excited at all. Nothing to get much excited about.
You might do on Sunday. Let's hope not, but you might do. How are you playing at the minute then? How are you setting up? Is it going to be do you know how you're going to play now, or will he adapt to offset us, if you like?
Adapt. We've literally, like I said to you before, our starting lineup is just by default. Like we've got 2 players that we rotate, which is Ike Ugbo and Jamal. Well, the Ike Ugbo, Jamal Lowe, Charlie McNeil, and Bailey Cadamartri, and they're kind of like the front 2, and with the 4 players that play up there, and it's just a mixture of those. Really, everyone else is exactly the same. So
is it 4-4-2? Is that how you
kind of 3? Play 3 at the back. 5 when we're out of possession. Play with a holding midfielder, then 3 in front, and then 1 up top, really. Or there is a bit of a mixture. Sometimes we play, with 2 kind of in the 10, and then 4 in midfield. But it is just kind of who the squad. It's just what we've got, really. Literally,
who's available.
We've got injuries to to the goalkeeper that he can't play. We've got injuries to Deshaun Bernard at centre backs. We've got Olaf Kabatski that's out injured. We've got Shalaba who plays central defensive midfielder. He's out injured as well. We've hardly got any players, and the ones I mentioned up top. Ike Ugbo has not scored since West Brom, which was back end of 2 seasons ago. So what season would that have been? 23-24 season. He's literally can't hit a cow's arse with a banjo, that kid. Well, do you know what people have been saying?
Yeah.
Well, Cadamarteri's on international duty with Jamaica at the moment. They play Curacao on Wednesday at 1 o'clock in the morning, our time. So that's a must-win game for Jamaica as well, by the way, because if Curacao get a draw, they'll be the smallest nation to ever get into the World Cup, by the way. I love all shit like that. But,
yeah, nice.
So a bit at Cadamarteri. It's a 10-hour flight, by the way, from Jamaica to get back to England. So, I mean, it's a saving grace that the game is on Sunday at 12, but it'd be highly unlikely. Every time he's been on international duty, or the 2 previous, he's not played. In the game at the weekend. So probably putting Ike Ugbo up there and crossing his fingers, crossing his toes, and hoping for the best. And I mean, look, if he scores on Sunday, I don't even know what I'd do. I think I'd probably cry. To be fair, he's not been great at all. He looks a broken man. But I suppose if he's ever in a game where it could actually happen, it would be this one on Sunday. To be fair.
I'm going to start jumping into some comments now before I start thinking about Ike Ugbo scoring. Evening, guys, says Jamie Dumpling. James, got to be honest, for a Steel City derby to have 1,200 tickets left is a disgrace, especially for Attendance FC, who can sell Wembley out 3 times over. Any response to the Dumpling there, James?
I think the fans have done their bit, to be fair. I think we spent £500,000 over a weekend when he went into administration. So
just not tickets.
Yeah, working class city, as we all know. I think, it's you know what, it's on ITV, so it's on terrestrial TV. I don't think the game at the Lane was on ITV, if we're being honest. I think that was on Sky Sports, so it's accessible to everyone. And to be fair, you're a lot of scruffs, and you'll be pissing in bottles and chucking it down from that Leppings Lane upper. So we've sold out.
There'll be more of us by the look of it. There'll be more of us. So. Possibly. Lewis says, evening lads, how are we both feeling with less than 6 days to go? I just hope we can hold this event without bingo numbers being called out during play. Surely you lot will sell out. Wednesday coaches from West Europe, the Far East, maybe even the moon for this one. Up the Ramble, up the Blades. You only came to see United. Good old Lewis. Love a bit of Batman. Mark says, good evening chaps, looking forward to this one. The stream, not the game. Nervous as I feel all the pressure is on us. And with us, and with Dave the Nose, though, hardly an achievement if we win, given the position that we're in, up the Blades, up the Ramble.
Just on that as well, by the way, I do, on a serious point, I do think it's probably a sliding doors moment for you for this season anyway, because I think if we do beat you, I think there's already some murmurs and some people saying that Wilder's not the one. I think they'll get even stronger. I think a draw is a bit of a non-result, certainly for you anyway. You'll go away feeling that's a bit of a missed opportunity. And if you win, it could kick you on like that. This could be the result that does kind of, especially or depending on the performance. If you fluke it with your own goal, then maybe not. But if you have quite a dominant performance and a dominant win, you never know. This could be the game that does propel you up the league, maybe.
Let's hope so, Let's hope so. Jack says 1,200 tickets still left. Surely we'll get more allocated to help sell out the stadium. I mean,
to say we're Attendance FC, you're not doing bad yourself, to be fair. That's all you've been talking about, to be honest.
Well, it's just because you are so good at selling out. And if the only reason you weren't attending games was because of your owner, and now it's going to be full every week, and it comes to derby, and you're either... are you potless because you've spent 500 grand between you, or are you a little bit nervous about the game? Could that be it as well?
Look, there's still days left. It's not tomorrow, is it? There's still plenty of time left until we play.
That's right. This is where everybody tells me I've got no sound on. Thanks everybody, appreciate that. Jimmy, I'm sure you're saying something really profound, but we can't hear you.
Sam's working fine now anyway, Jimmy, so we're all good.
Yeah, all good, mate. All good. James, in all fairness, with getting rid of Chansiri, the admins won't be able to fund the club long term, so it will lead to staff being laid off. Yeah,
there's no bloody staff there, mate. And honestly, that is one thing that I don't want to praise him at all, but he is running the club lean. That there literally is nobody there. There's no director of football. There's no CEO. There's none of those people. It's literally just the cleaners, the cooks, the chefs, and kind of a few backroom staff. That's about it, really. There isn't many there to lay off. And I think, you know, an anonymous Wednesday fans come forward and pledged £1 million, or given the club £1 million, which is, you know, don't know who he is. That's obviously the word anonymous.
Put it Wednesday Solid iPod. You guys are going well, aren't you?
I scrabbled a few pennies together, yeah, but that's as much as I can muster, to be fair. But
just you going well. That's all. It's a strong channel, isn't it? Supports a poor team, but you know we do give you a watch every now and again. We like to support you, mate.
Nice, but yeah, thank you very much. It's all the pleasure. I watched you a few times. You watch-alongs have been good.
Yeah.
Look, I'll confess, I do go back sometimes after the event and have a look and just see what the reaction from you and Jordan, of course. You know, my cousin.
For those that aren't aware, Jordan Motson is James's cousin. So there's the rivalry within the family there as well.
I did send you a nice screenshot, didn't I? The other week.
You did. You did. Thank you for that. Thank you. Bryce says, is it true your badge is going back to pre-Chansiri, James? The present one looks like it was drawn by a 5-year-old. It's not a great badge, your badge currently, is it? I'm sure that'd be really popular, to be honest, to return to your previous owl design.
The third shirt does have the old owl, the one that everyone as a kid drew as well. So, yeah, I mean,
not everyone,
could do.
Not everyone.
Yeah, maybe not you, but maybe some. But no, it's this is actually, people say like the old badge. This one is actually the old badge that they went back to.
Is it way back?
Yeah, like before. Well, I think the one before this is like a shield, like that you see for Sheffield counties or whatever it is. But yeah, I do prefer the old owl. I think it would be. That's what everyone knows Sheffield Wednesday as, really. So,
is there rumours that it's coming back then?
Well, like I said, they did it for the third kit. I think it would be whoever the new owners are. It would be a massive, just open goal.
Be a big statement, wouldn't it, for a new era? I think.
Well, it's just a tap in, isn't it? It's just a tap in to do that. You go back to the old badge. Everyone just, everyone bought the third kit without even knowing what it looked like, and this is whilst he was still in charge as well. That one of his other master plans to get some extra money into the club, because he was clearly struggling, and everyone fell for it as well, which I didn't buy it. I'll hold my hands up. I didn't go for that one, but a lot of people did. So yeah, it would be good if we went back to that badge. Chansiri,
Mr. V just chanting for the old the honour.
I'm not going to say it as much as it goes to a good a good cause. I'm not saying his name at all. We actually have a Discord server, and if you type his name in, nearly said it there. If you type his name in, it comes up with a violation, and you can't actually, I've banned that word. Can't say it.
So is it banned in your YouTube comments and stuff like that? You can't say it because there's words you can, and people's comments do not come up when you I've not done that.
So if Mr. Vancouver wants to come over in a bit and put his name in the chat,
we'll be. To be fair, we'll be on Wednesday till iPod at 8:00 tonight. So we're gonna. In fact, I didn't realise we were as deep into it as we are. So we'll be wrapping up very shortly here and jumping straight over to James's channel if you want to see more of us together. And I'll probably be taking some stick like he's taking some stick from us tonight.
I feel like I'm fielding it all right. I've got broad shoulders.
You are, mate. You are. Listen, you're in a good place now, aren't you? You're in a better spot than you've been for most of the season. So.
Do you know what? Do you know when you said about doing this show as well? Not this specific episode, but the Steel City Showdown pre-season.
I was convinced I was going to have a brilliant time.
You thought it was going to be, again, like we're just talking about tap-ins, you thought this is going to be a tap-in because he's going to be crying every single week.
I did.
And you're going to be flying.
I did. That's exactly what I thought. I'd be prodding you every break, international break, every month. I'd be there. And now, look what situation we're in.
How the turns have tabled.
The turns have tabled, mate. Unbelievable. Hi, lads. Blades win if we stop Bannon from playing and play two up top. If not, we lose. And that's the bottom line, because John B said so. Don't the tickets still have Chansiri on them, says Jamie? What happened to that Floridian consortium? I think they do still say Chansiri on them, don't they? I don't think that'll be for long, to be honest. When are the welders going to Hillsborough to patch up the rust and the rot? These are tap-ins for us, you see, James. We have to just get through these.
And I mean, we have been talking about that actually. You know, when the new owners come in, you know, if they are as wealthy as what some of the rumours have been circulating, do we rebuild Hillsborough, or do we pick up sticks and move somewhere else? And
really?
Quite, yeah. That well, obviously it should only been a talking point amongst fans, really.
Well, it's his property, isn't it now? So.
Well, it's not anymore. So Sheffield, so he owns the stadium, but Sheffield 3, the company that owns the stadium, also have gone into administration. So, but the administrators basically said, I think again, like reading between the lines, to try and sell the ground without the stadium, because obviously he's owed £60 million as well for on a secured debt to the club. They've probably said you're not going to get any of that back. So in order to get anything, you need to sell the stadium, the stadium at the same time. So, so that's what's happened. So, because if not, I don't think it's not a very attractive proposition. I mean, as much as it needs a lot of work doing to it, and I'm not going to lie and tell you that it's all singing, all dancing. You don't need all you need is 2 working eyes to see that. But yeah, that it's going to be sold as a pair. So yeah.
Fair dues. Terry's not a happy bunny. He says, Bamford, what the hell? Over 60 years following this club, you are close to losing me, Jim. You depress me. Wake up, Wilder out. I'm sorry to hear that, Terry. I hope you're doing all right, mate. Wilder out it's your call, but I'm not with it. I told you there was some. Liam Cooper literally just been announced on Twitter, says Freddie. Talk about timing. Until summer 2026. There you go.
There we go, yeah.
Yeah, he'll be straight into the 11 probably. Are there still other point deductions to come for the missed payments, etc., James? Do we know?
Yes, that is on the cards. I think apparently by the end of the year it's going to be wrapped up. It's funny, actually, I'm just watching a clip of Liam Cooper getting sent off after. Oh no, it's not Liam Cooper. It's someone just doing a bit of a meme. But saying 1 minute Liam Cooper sent off for a reckless challenge on Patrick Bamford is what someone's kind of
nice
prediction is going to be.
Yeah, could happen. Dave Morwood says, Ian, Jimmy and James tickets still got his name on. Is a laugh. Any idea of any more incoming points deductions? Yeah, we just covered that. Thank you, Dave. Let's have a look who else had a comment read. I'll be more shocked if we win. Says Mark. Be more Man Mountain, says Bright. Yeah, absolutely, Mr. Positive. Is Piers Charles back for this game, says Jamie Dumpling?
No, he's not. At the end of this month, I think he's going to be back. So unfortunately, he's a fantastic player as well. I think we've missed him immensely. Certainly since even Horvath he's got a pair of oven gloves on his hands. I think to be honest, can't catch anything, and we've really struggled. And Piers Charles is like an extra outfield player as well. Can start a lot of attacks just from his his passing ability and his range that he's got. So yeah, he's a massive miss. But no, he won't be back. Fortunately for you guys.
Do you keep him till end of season, do you think?
Well, I don't think he'll want to play in League One.
Well, he won't.
So, he's far better than that. I think the only chance we've probably got is if a Prem team takes him and loans him back to us. But then again, if they're going to loan him back to us, then they probably loan him to a Championship club. To be fair, because he can play in the Championship. So,
how much did we offer for Cadamartri? $1 million. We'll give you $1 million for Piers Charles if you want.
Yeah, I think he needs more than $1 million. To be fair, but no, honestly, going down, I think there's a lot of players. Jan Valery that I've mentioned before. I don't think we keep him to the end of the season. I think because he'll be playing in the World Cup as well next year for Tunisia. He'll be at the AFCON, as I mentioned, over the Christmas period. So I think come January, if his agent's worth his salt, he'll be showing him off to all the other clubs and saying you've got a player here that's going to go to the World Cup, so you need to act quick.
When's Baz's deal till?
End of this season.
Is it?
So yeah,
I think it's his last year.
Well, he said he's got another 2 or 3 years left in him, and I can see that. To be fair, I
can see him going down with you and playing.
Yeah, if you've stayed for this season, then you're not going to leave next season. Certainly not if new owners come in and things like that. So yeah, I think it's going to be interesting what he does. I mean, I don't know if you've heard, but so we had an option to extend his deal. I say we, obviously the club. I mean, and we didn't take it. But then we just because wanted to renegotiate on new terms, and he's come out in an article in the Times, I think it was last week or just in the middle of last week, saying that apparently the club, as I presume our previous owner, has said,
What's his name?
I'm not going to say it. He said that the reason why he's going to give him reduced terms is because the playing time is going to be reduced, and apparently that came from Danny Rail. Now, Bannon says he spoke to Danny Rail and he said that's absolutely not the case. And obviously played, 40 odd games for his last season as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's obviously a lie from his part. But he agreed the terms, and I think as well when I look back at it, had he have not done that, because let's not forget Windass just ripped up his contract and walked out. He went to Wrexham, scoring goals for fun there. Got loads of assists.
Yeah.
For that man, Kiefer Moore.
We're in the same boat with that, mate. Yeah.
And then you've got Michael Smith, another one who went to Preston. He's got a few goals. You've got Callum Patterson. All right, he's dropped down a few leagues, but certainly someone who would need. All these players were leaving, and then had Barry Bannon had also not signed a new deal, I think Max Lowe was rumoured to be very, very close to doing exactly the same thing. I think he actually did hand his notice in, probably then rescinded it. And a few others like Dom Iorfa, the whole team would have just fallen apart really if Bannon hadn't stayed. And with him staying, I think that's made other people think, well, wait a minute, if he's staying,
we'll give it a go.
Yeah, I've kind of got to stay really, and I think that's what kind of happened, and we're forever grateful for what Barry Bannon's done. Really,
have you anybody that goes beyond this season? Any contracts?
Ike Ugbo.
So no, really.
No. There is a few. I think I don't know if Jan Valerie's deal's longer than this year. Bailey Cadamartri is as well. Pierce Charles is one that goes further than the end of this year. But I think it's going to be a massive rebuild anyway. To be honest, when we're looking at next season, people have been saying, why don't we play the kids and stuff? Which yes, we can play the kids, but I think really, if we get new owners in and things like that, I mean, we don't know about this transfer embargo, but you can build a half decent squad in League One with free transfers and loans, really, which we might be able to do. You never know; the EFL might, I'm sure you'll call cheating, but EFL might pull some of those embargoes back. It's obviously it's their discretion, of course.
Absolutely. Let's just fire off last few comments before we wrap up. Cooler King says, if the Wendy's had signed Bamford, we'd be saying exactly what they're saying. Look how desperate they are, signing someone who hasn't played for 18 months and hasn't scored for 2.5 years. We would be saying that, but I'd also be fearing that he will have an impact against us. But that's just the way I think, Cooler King, to be fair. Removing the rivalry, says Lewis, and second and the bias. Always enjoy these streams, lads, and James is all right for a piggy. He's a top lad. Top lad, he just supports a crap team. Sheila says, good to listen to you, James, and hear how things are moving forward from a true blade. Good luck for the future after Sunday.
What's your thoughts on it, Jam? I'm sure I'll probably ask you in about 10 or 15 minutes' time, but on the whole situation, are you one of those that I want him to go bust and never exist? Or and I suppose now, are you a little bit worried as to kind of what the future might hold in terms of who comes in? I'd
be perfectly happy if you disappeared to League One and never came back again in that respect and just stayed the distant number 2. I don't like it when you're competitive with us, but that is what the rivalry is all about. So, in usual circumstances, I'd still be very nervous for the game. But then you live and breathe on how that game goes. The elation of beating the 4-2, we're still talking about now. And it's, we did the double over you last season, but that game had such emotion in it. So those are the occasions that as a fan you want. And the rivalries, I think, makes both clubs better. So I was never one, and some blades do, but I was never one saying, I hope they go bust. And also, I haven't got any split allegiances in my family, but there's loads that split blue and red in the city. Yourself and Jord, family members, he won't want to see. His missus is obviously an owl as well. So you don't want to see him suffer. Part of the fun is the banter that you have between you as opposing fans. And it's sad to see that it would be sad to see that would no longer exist. So, yeah, I've enjoyed it to a degree. I've enjoyed the fact that you've struggled on the pitch. I've been quite vocal in disagreeing with how he's run the club, and I think not paying people is completely unacceptable. And that goes to players as well. It's not just because they're on more money, they're all right. Well, I think you live by your means a lot at time, and a lot of them will still have mortgages and stuff. So I don't necessarily buy into that rhetoric either. But yeah, I don't feel sorry for, and I certainly don't feel sorry for you anymore in terms of, because I think you're more or less on the other side of it now. You've got away from worst thing, which was him, and you will come out. And I've got a fear now, to a degree, that you'll come out better and stronger for it, because I think you, particularly as a League One proposition, if you can be bought at the right price, I think there'll be some investors there that see a really good deal. And I think, we've just got to hope as United fans that it's not going to be a Birmingham type deal or a Wrexham type deal, and it's not necessarily a Bury deal, but along those lines. So
fresh from down road, as we mentioned earlier. Yeah. And some of those names have been floating around as well, which do, as a football fan, get you excited. I'm not going to lie. However, I am trying to temper my. We've just been through it, mate.
It's absolute potluck. It's potluck as to what you're getting it.
Exactly, and some of the names are just rumours as well. The club haven't confirmed it or anything like that. They've not said that these people have been, some have actually come in at a tour around Hillsborough. They probably thought, "Fucking hell, sorry for the language. This is, this is a bit of a task. This one might have even put them off. You never know." Yeah. But apparently, some were there at the Norwich game. Apparently, some are going to be there on Sunday. And I think, again, when you put Ravers aside, if you're looking to buy a football club and you sit in the ground, as bad as the stadium might be in the current state, the atmosphere will be absolutely electric. It always is, and you'll be sat there thinking, "Wow, this is the two teams, literally, with 4 wins between them at the bottom of the league, and and it's going to be like this." Just shows you kind of what football does to you, really.
2 big clubs as well, isn't it? Let's be right. I know we're both struggling at a minute, but. Owl's Outlook says, quick touch on attendance, FC. United didn't sell out against us. Watch the highlights when Baz gets a yellow in the top corner of one of the... Oh, did you spot a spare seat, did you? I think they'd just gone to Lou, to be honest, at that point, that one seat that you saw that were empty, but never mind. Was that for the double that we did last season? Is that what he's talking about? Cooper's an official signing now. It'll be interesting to see him against Bamford if that happens. Yeah, it'll probably happen, let's be right. Let's have a look. Yes, James, this one's for you. Please remember we're a family channel and keep it clean. Respect all views. Thank you. Is it right your tickets are selling for 20 quid?
No, then 20 quid don't get you much at Hillsborough for this game, to be fair. I think it's 40, I want to say.
Is it?
For non-members, yeah. Quality offering that we've got, Certainly now we've got Cooper in, those tickets will be flying out.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. It'll be queues will be a mile long. Who's the one player you fear for United on Sunday? Good
Tom
question.
Cannon.
Really?
No,
I didn't know whether you were doing it like an Ugbo irony shout.
To be fair, yeah, that would probably happen.
That's what I mean.
Callum O'Hare, I think he's one. He's playing well for you. He's probably the only player that's actually playing well for you this season. He's got a few numbers on the board and a few goals, a few assists. I think when you go back to the game at the Lane, you said sometimes that those 2 games it was either going to be a moment of brilliance or a mistake that we're going to win them. And that pass that he made, the little feigning to shoot and sent Bannon for a hot dog, that and then the pass through for the goal that Tyrese Campbell put away. Again, that was a moment of brilliance that won that game. So
yeah, it was.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, if I had to pick one, it'd be him.
Callum O'Hare, right, mate. I'm gonna thank you for everybody that's commented, but we do have to wrap up because we're going over to the Wednesday Till I Die pod in a moment. I'm just going to ask you, what do you think the score's going to be, mate?
I'm going to give you 2. My
head and my heart.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
I think you did this last time, actually.
No, I didn't. I'm not. Look, my head saying it's going to be a 0-0 boring draw. Like it's just going to both teams cancel each other out. It's going to be a terrible game, like that 95% of them have been over the years.
You don't feel losing then?
I'm not going to come on here and say you're going to win, am I? Like it's going to be 0-0. My heart is we'll beat you 2-0. Two breakaway. We'll score early. You'll come at us, and then we'll nick one late on and beat you 2-0.
I think you said that last season, actually.
Look, it's going to happen at some point, isn't it? Surely.
Have you spoke to Jord about it yet?
I haven't. No, I'll leave that until we'll keep it on ice until
Until close to the time.
2 o'clock. Come 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, or maybe a little bit later.
He's ditched me. He were going to be with me for watch along, but he's ditched me for it. So he's going out, I think.
He's not even going to watch it. Oh, he's going out to watch it.
He's going out to watch it. Yeah, he's going out to watch it somewhere. So, anyway, mate, thank you so much for joining us. That is your Steel City Showdown for the huge game at Hillsborough on Sunday. Oh my word, I'm nervous already. But look, as I said, right now we're going to go straight over to Wednesday Till I Die pod. We'll be on at 8 o'clock in 5 minutes' time, looking at it from a different perspective, from the blue and white side, and I might get a bit of grilling myself. So thanks to James for coming on. Thanks to everybody in the comments. But for now, come on, you red and white wizards. Up the blades.